Oh man, every time. What is up, everybody? David here for another Vloggy vlog, and I hope that every single one of you is having a wonderful day. Today is, well, great, because that just happened. But other than that, we're going to talk about a subject that isn't really talked about that much in the automotive world, from a negative standpoint, anyway. Or, well, debatable standpoint. That's a better way to put it. Well, we're going to talk about numbers. Oh, I know. Aren't you so excited for math class? Because I wasn't. So we're going to talk about numbers today when it comes to auto journalism versus kind of real life, if that makes sense. So, what do I mean? What I mean is 0 to 60s, G meter, all that stuff. And people ask me all the time, you know, like with the Pro Charger now, like, what's your 0 to 60? And I'm like, I don't know. It's not really that relevant. And the reason it's not relevant is because I'm about to get all like the feels in a second, but a car is more about how it makes you feel. When I started this channel, when I started doing my reviews, people always go, why do you call them reviews when they're not really reviews? You know, you don't have all that data and all that crap. Well, my reviews are more emotionally based. I totally admit this. And it's mostly because I want to tell a story. I want to share a car that somebody has put their heart and soul into, and or a car that's awesome, and I want to share it with you. From Turbo Civics to Huracans, I want to show it all and be like, this is how this one's like and how it makes me feel. As cheesy as it sounds, isn't that the important part about owning a car and how it makes you feel? Does it going fast a certain way or how a car handles or anything make you happy? Makes me happy. Automakers know that when you buy a car, it's an emotional decision most of the time. If you're buying it for, you know, to actually drive the car. You know, people buy cars all the time as investments and so on and so forth. But if you're buying a car to actually drive it, numbers really don't matter. And the reason they don't matter is because if you have a good time in that car, if it's a slug or a sloth barely moving, or a twin turbo Lamborghini, they can make you happy in different ways. What's funny is some of the slowest cars on the market are some of the best reviewed. I mean, think about something like the Fiesta ST. Fiesta ST, fan-freaking-tastic car. I know I haven't reviewed it for the channel, but it's amazing. It's so good. But it only has a little tiny engine, and it barely makes any horsepower compared to the big boy stuff. I mean, shoot, you know, a bunch of other journalists will back me on this one. Motor Trend, Smoking Tire, Matt Farah swears by the Fiesta ST. You know, it's one of those cars that makes you feel good, and it's momentum based. That's why everybody says Miatas are so great. The Miata is slow as crap. I'm sorry. You know what else is slow as crap? The BRZ and the FRS in a straight line. Bone stock. No offense, guys. It's a great car, but it's really slow. But does that matter? I mean, I guess you could say in that aspect maybe a little, because the FRS and BRZ look really fast, like they have that really aggressive look. However, their intention was to have a car that you could rev out all the time and just have fun shifting all the time. And they did that. A quarter mile time, a 0 to 60 time, those things should not be the reason you buy a car. Okay, look, I'm 25 years old, but I was super guilty of this. When you are looking for a car, it's gonna come up, you know, how fast is it? You know? And so you look to the numbers and you go, oh, well, I can't buy this car now because this one's faster. But you're not thinking about the interior, you're not thinking about the build quality, you're not thinking about all the goodies. Like on the channel, I've had some of the most fun with some of the slowest cars. The 2-rotor FBRX7, probably one of the slowest cars I've ever reviewed on the channel, if not the slowest. But one of the most fun. It had so much character, it had so much personality, it made that funny shift light noise whenever you had to rev it out. I cherished that moment. I didn't care that I was having to wait forever to speed up. The tanked out 240, like that car was so popular because it was kind of a piece of crap. You know, that had a story to it. Cars have stories. I'm cheesy, I know this, but cars have stories, they have it behind it. That is why you'll see many people online, when they see an exotic or something like that, they'll go, you know what, that car is really cool, but I don't really care that much because I can't relate to it at all. Now don't get me wrong, numbers are kind of important in an aspect of if you just kind of want to talk cars sometimes. When numbers were starting to get so crazy, you know, like the Aventador, 2.8, 2.9 second to 60 miles an hour. You know, times were a-changing. Cars were moving so fast that you just couldn't believe it. And that was a really fun thing to talk about. You know, the GTR can go this fast in this second, and the Aventador can do this, and the Superleggera can do this. You know, and you even had people like Porsche challenging Motor Trend, launch our car 100 times and it won't break. You know, launch our car 100 times and you'll probably get the same consistent 0 to 60. That's really interesting. It's an interesting thing, but it shouldn't be the reason why you buy a car, in my opinion. Like, imagine, but like, put it into context. You know, imagine you're at a car meet or something, car event show, and somebody says, oh man, David, that's an awesome Mustang, which is rare, by the way. David, that's an awesome Mustang. Why'd you get it? Oh, well, the 0 to 60 time was great. Yeah. So, not how the car drove, or made you feel, or how it looked, or... No. It just was really fast and a totally irrelevant number on the street. It's completely irrelevant on the street. There's too many factors too. It's everything from traction to weather conditions to driver mod. And I think it's a coming of age. You know, I think a lot of my younger viewers will disagree with me on this topic because it's an easy way to point fingers. It's an easy way to be like, this car is better than this car because X, Y, and Z. Well, maybe it's just because I'm not as much as an analytical person. I think that's another thing too. I'm much more of a big picture kind of person rather than a step-by-step person. That's why I was terrible at math. I pretty much have Forrest Gump levels of algebra. Anyway, point of this video, start a dialogue. Let's talk about it. So in the comment section below, what do you guys think of numbers in journalism? Do you think it deters it and takes away from the car, you know, how it actually feels? Or do you think they're very, very important in your decision to buy a car? I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. Love to hear it. On that note, I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Vlog!